Today we have an art expert in the studio, Rob Cowley, to tell us all about his auction house's grand tour across Canada in search of valuable art pieces. Rob, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Ella. Great to be here.
Well, great to have you, and this is really an exciting tour that Cowley Abbott is doing, so why don't you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we do this quite regularly, but this season we're on quite an active tour. So we started in Charlottetown just last week, and we're making our way all the way to Victoria in the next kind of 5 or 6 weeks, but right now we're in the Maritimes, so we are here in Halifax right now. We just had our valuation day yesterday, and then we'll be in Fredericton in the next couple of days to hold another valuation day. So yeah, it's been fantastic.
All right, so New Brunswickers can come and bring in some art pieces,
Yes.
look around in their attics maybe and find something to bring in and show you. So I have so many questions, but I guess to start off, like what goes into art valuation? Because I know nothing about that.
Of course. I mean, first and foremost, which always seems obvious, is the artist. You know, an artwork by an artist like Lauren Harris or an artist like Maud Lewis is going to command a certain level of value, whereas an artist that might be lesser known, such as, you know, a more regional artist, is going to have potentially less value on the auction market or in the art market. From there, you're looking at the size of the artwork, the period. Many times the period of an artwork for a major artist is important. The condition of the artwork. If it's in great condition, it will hold a higher value than if it's been restored or if it's in bad condition. And also, importantly, what's in fashion is also one of the factors. Maud Lewis is a great example of an artist over the past 10 years that's very much in fashion after the movie was released in 2016, and that's driven her market well beyond where it once was.
Interesting. I never had thought about the fashion aspect of it because, yeah, we do love Maud Lewis here in the Maritimes, and I'm sure that has picked up in recent years, like you mentioned,
Definitely
since the film. So what are these events like? Like when people come in, they bring art, what's kind of the process?
So the process is they get in touch with us through our website to book an appointment. We recommend that just so that we can ensure we see everyone in a timely fashion. And they bring up to 3 works of art. And we do our best to assist. So we provide, you know, some details related to the artwork the best we can. And if it is an artwork or an artist that might trade on the market, then we provide, you know, a verbal valuation essentially. We're also collecting consignments. And so if a client wishes to proceed with an artwork to be sold by us in one of our auctions, we have monthly online auctions and major live auctions every 6 months, then we're also offering that service as well.
Very cool. And so you mentioned Maud Lewis, but are there other East Coast artists that you've seen in the past tours and this one as well?
Oh, without a doubt. Molly Lambobach, that's an artist that we've actually seen her work on this tour, as well as Mary and Christopher Pratt, Newfoundland artists, David Blackwood as well, Tom Forrestal. There's many, I mean, and of course, and Alex Colville, a major artist in Canada as well. So all of those artists, there's a great deal of major artists that can highly celebrate artists that came from Atlantic Canada, and so we do see a fair bit of their work, and they're highly celebrated nationally.
Right, so here's a fun question. I guess what's the most valuable or most interesting piece of art, in your opinion, that you've seen over the years of doing this? Well,
doing the valuation days, you know, one amazing story that we had was a painting by David Bowie that was discovered actually during COVID. It was actually found at a landfill. In Northern Ontario. And the landfill had a community center, and essentially when items arrived at the landfill, if the staff thought there might be interest in it from someone coming by, they'd put it aside. So this little painting by David Bowie, a client went by and found it. She paid $5, a $5 donation to take it. It was sent to us, we had it researched and authenticated, and we offered it in 2021 for $9,000 to $12,000, and it sold for about $108,000. It was a global record for David Bowie's work, and purchased for $5. And so it still happens. You know, with the internet, we don't see, you know, you don't always see as many cases where you're finding something, you know, of great value that you didn't expect to have value. But this was definitely a case that it was international news as well. So very exciting.
I bet. Oh my goodness, that's so cool.
Absolutely.
And does that happen a lot where people have kind of these famous artworks that they had no idea were just hanging around their home, or is it most of the time people know there's something they have that might be valuable?
I mean, a great deal of clients, if it's something of value, they do tend to know, especially if the artist is easy to identify. However, we do still run into those cases. We had another valuation day in Toronto where a William Kurelek painting was brought in, and the client really didn't know it was anything of value. It had been given to them by Kurelek in a chance encounter, and that was a painting we sold for just under $50,000, and they really had no idea at all. So it does still happen, absolutely.
Gotcha. So you're in the Maritimes right now, but then you're going to other places across Canada. How long is this going to take to go and do this full nationwide search?
About 6 weeks. So we've just started last week, and we'll be going pretty much until the end of March as well. And like I said, we'll be all the way to Victoria in the next while. So yeah, it's been very enjoyable so far, and we're a great privilege for us to be able to travel the country.
That's so cool. And you'll have to follow up with us and tell us if you found anything super cool that we can talk about on the show again as a follow-up.
Absolutely, be happy to.
Yes, and so if you missed the Halifax Valuation event or the Charlottetown one, you can still go to the Fredericton event in New Brunswick. You can also catch Rob Cowley speaking at Dalhousie University tomorrow if you want to learn more about art valuation and Canadian artists.